Good evening. I'd like to call this regular meeting of the Village Board of Bolingbrook to order. Before we do the Pledge of Allegiance, I would ask you to respect those who lost their lives 17 years ago with a moment of silence. So, thank you. For the Pledge of Allegiance, I'd like to have Ron Ostrike, the Director of the Bolingbrook Park District, come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Mr. Lawler. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You'll see Mr. Ostrike and some volunteers from the community out. You're at a homeowners meeting tonight, and they're getting information out about a referendum coming up to improve the Park District facilities at no increased cost to the residents. So there's accurate information out there on the Bolingbrook Park District website, and I'd encourage everyone to go take a look at it. It will be on the ballot in November. But it's a great effort to be able to improve facilities for the future without increasing costs to the residents. So I want to congratulate them on the effort. Roll call, please.
Mayor Claire. Trustee Zarate.
Here.
Trustee Lawler.
Here.
Trustee Watts.
Here.
Trustee Hoagland.
Here.
Trustee Morales. Trustee Jaskowitz.
Here.
Thank you. Mayor Claire and Trustee Morales are out of town, and so I'll be running the meeting tonight. I'll ask for approval of the minutes for the regular meeting of August 28th, 2018. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion, Trustee Watts. Second, Trustee Zarate. All in favor? Say aye. All opposed, same sign. The motion carries. Approval of agenda. Mr. Bowen?
There are no additions or corrections this evening.
Okay, may I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
Motion, Trustee Hoagland. Second, Trustee Zarate. All in favor?
Aye.
All, any opposed, same sign? Okay, the motion carries. Approval of appointments, boards, and commissions. We do have two appointments to the Arts Council Commission, and I'm going to take a shot at this. I've been practicing. Moria Barkudian and Deepti Suri. And may I have a motion for their approval of their appointments to the Arts Council Commission?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion Trustee Hoagland, second Trustee Jaskowitz. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign? All right, the motion carries. I'd like to call up, we've got a proclamation, and I'd like to have John Davin, Robert Adame come forward. These gentlemen served our country in the armed forces, and I'm very proud to know them. And tonight, we're going to have a proclamation for recognition of POW MIA, so prisoners of wars and missing in action armed forces members who have not returned home. And the recognition day is September 21st, 2018. So I'll read the proclamation and then ask them to accept it. Whereas the veterans of foreign wars of United States Post 5917 and American Legion Post 1288 have been officially recognized and endorsed by government leaders. And whereas there have been POW MIAs from every war that the United States has been involved in, and the federal government officially recognized and designated the third Friday of September as National POW MIA Day, and whereas the sacrifices of the Americans who are still missing in action and unaccounted for from all of our nation's wars and their families are deserving of national recognition and support for continued priority efforts to determine the fate of those missing Americans. Now, there I, for Michael T. Lawler, Deputy Mayor of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Bolingbrook, Will and DuPage Counties, Illinois, do hereby proclaim September 21st, 2018 as POW MIA Recognition Day, and urge all residents to recognize and support this day. And Mr. David is accepting?
Thank you.
Thank you. We have a tradition where we'd like to learn a little bit more about the veterans. So, branch of service.
United States Army retired.
United States Army.
All right, thank you both for your service. Have a few comments, please.
Deputy Mayor, Board of Trustees, Village Clerk, and other members of the board, and members of the Bolingbrook residents. September 21st is set aside as POW-MIA Day. A day doesn't go by that us veterans that are serving or served wonder if our name would have been on that list or missing in action. We still have recovery teams going to Vietnam and other countries recovering bodies. As you're all aware, just recently we had 55 remains returned from the Korean War. And this year is also the 100th anniversary of World War I, which will be celebrated all year, but it ended on November 11th, 1918. It's something that we hold dearly, and we wonder how many of those from World War I will we ever recover? Think about that. Think about your loved ones. If it happened to you, would you want a team to go recover them? And we as veterans will never give up on bringing them back to their loved ones. And we thank you for remembering it. Also, as I mentioned earlier, today is also September 11th, another tragedy. So remember, freedom isn't free. Somebody paid for it, and they suffered for us. I'd like to also invite you out on September 21st, right here in front of the village. No, 21st.
Oh, 21st, okay, all right.
21st is first.
Okay.
21st at 8 o'clock, we will do our ceremony out front to remember all those that are missing or are still POWs. And we still believe that there's still some in Russia as prisoners. So please join us at 8 o'clock right out here at the Village Memorial. Also, September 29th, we're going to have right here in the village Veterans Appreciation Day, right out back. And in front, there's be a carnival. So if you have young ones, you can bring them to the carnival, drop them off in the front, and come out to the back and enjoy it with the veterans.
Or ride the carnival rides and then come back.
Or ride the carnival rides and then come back and enjoy the bands. The carnival will be put on by H2O, and all the money, I understand, will be going to cancer research, correct? So it's a joint effort. Please come out. We got some good bands lined up. We got the wedding band lined up. We're going to have food, drinks, and vendors. So we invite the whole village to come out and enjoy it. And please come out and say hi to a veteran that day. And once again, thank you all. Thank you.
You do have the opportunity, and you know, we appreciate all the volunteers who are putting on Veterans Appreciation Day. If you know a veteran, they deserve to be recognized, and this is a great event to do that. So make sure that you contact them, and they know about the day, and you can reach out to VFW Post 5917 or American Legion Post 1288 and get them, get their name included in the group and make sure that they're there that day. So thank you again for all your service and your continued service to this country. All right, next, we have a couple of appointments. So this is to the Arts Council. So you were approved for appointment. Please come up and we'll swear you in. The Arts Council recently put on a very worthwhile activity at the Promenade. They had it set up an art gallery and featured local artists. So they're trying to do a bunch of different things in the community. These are two volunteers who've chosen to step up as part of the community and share their knowledge and skills with the Arts Council. So thank you for being here. So let's see. I'm going to try this again. Moria Burkatan actually teaches young children, teaches art to young children. So she's not only enriching the lives of the youth of the community, but she's stepping up to share her knowledge with the Arts Council. And Deepa Suri is a new resident. No, you've been here a few years. 2-3 years. And professional designer. And so we're thankful for both of you in sharing your skills and talent with the residents of Bolingbrook. At this time, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Deepi Suri,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
that I will uphold the Constitution of United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Municipal Code of the Village of Bolingbrook,
Municipal Code of Village of Bolingbrook,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
my duties as
my duties as
Arts Council Commissioner
Art Council Commissioner
to the best of my ability
to the best of my abilities
in a manner prescribed by law.
by manner prescribed by law.
All right. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Those who join a commission get an official commission, so it's an appointed role in the village. And so this is yours, Deepi. And this is yours. Thank you again. Look forward to your service. All right, there's a crowd here. Is anybody here for a landscape award? I think that's what we're going to do next. Is that okay with you? Good. Just to give you a heads up, we've got some beautiful awards. Barbara, you want to come up and join me? And you've got a commissioner. The Beautification Commission, and I don't want to take away some of the notoriety that what you're going to talk about, but it's another commission that you can get involved with, and they support, by the name of the commission, beautification of Bolingbrook. And so tonight, there are several people who've made some extra efforts with their home landscaping, and they're here to get recognized. So as you call out your name, she'll call out your name, and then we'll have you come up, and I'll let you explain.
This is our July judging that we did. We do it twice a year, June and July. We already presented the June ones, and these are the July ones. And these are properties that knocked our socks off in one way or another, so that's why you're getting an award tonight. So our first one is going to go to William and Patricia Boyd at 333 Evington Court, and this is their first time winning.
Oh, did you introduce your fellow commissioner?
I'll introduce her at the end.
Okay.
After she
All right,
talks.
so this is the award, and we'll go through, if that's okay, we'll get you up here. Better to get the camera, get you on TV. We're going out live around the world, by the way, so no pressure. So the Beautification Commission Award is designed and delivered by Award Emblem here in Bolingbrook. So we're recognizing those, and this typically goes somewhere in the house. And you get to tell us a little bit about how long you've lived in Bolingbrook?
About 23 years.
Okay. So then the follow-on question was, you got a letter from the village, didn't really say what it was, just a logo, and what did you think when the letter arrived?
Uh-oh.
So we do allow confessionals, and the Director of Public Safety is here if you need to talk privately with him about something. But and what have you done to enliven up the yard in the month of July and earlier in the year?
Trish's aunt had passed away, and they had an estate sale. And at the estate sale, we bought a bird bath from it. And from that, we put that bird bath, and then it came into about 17 by 25 foot area that we put flowers in and around and stuff like that.
So the bird bath was the accessory that got you over the top, and then who does the design and who does the work?
She does the design, and I help with the work.
Good. You're a very smart man.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you very much for what you do to beautify Bolingbrook. Thank you.
Next, we have Margarito and Illumida Cauldron at 197 Glendale Drive, and this is their 5th time winning.
Thank you. How are you? Nice to meet you. Okay, so let's, 5th time, and 5 in a row, or, okay. A little break in between. What was the last time you got one?
2012.
2012, so it's been a couple of years. Anything different this year that maybe liven it up?
We did a lot.
Okay. So, big improvements. Who designs and who does the work?
I'm the one implementing, she's the one doing the selection of flowers.
Yeah, I always, so he will not get mad. I always ask his last, okay. I mean, okay with these flowers? No.
And he's smart enough to say yes, that whatever you design. Good, good. Well, thank you both for your efforts, and congratulations again. Thank you.
Next, we have Fred and Patricia Kojanaki.
Charnacki.
519
Sure.
Clover Lane, 1st time winning.
I've seen your name before. Ah, that explains it. Congratulations. Thank you. You can step up one little bit so the camera can. So, how many years? First. And you've been in town a little bit, so only 49 years. You must have done something really spectacular this year.
He cuts the
Well,
grass and I like to garden.
Actually, my wife's hobby is gardening, and I am her gardener.
Another very intelligent man. Anything different this year that?
I'm across the street.
Oh, so we've got a witness. Okay. Did you recommend them, or?
I wish I had thought of it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for what you do, and congratulations.
I'm going to interject here. Nobody recommends anybody to us. The commissioners all go out to the various precincts and drive around up and down all the streets and eyeball all the houses and the beautiful landscaping that we have.
Yeah, I knew that. That's why I wanted, that's why, put a little pressure on the neighbor there. Yeah,
right,
it's no inside recommendation. It is eyesight by the hard-working commissioners.
Ruby Coates and Stephen Little at 5 Tangley Court, and this is their 3rd time winning.
Great. How are you?
Good, sir, thank you.
Alabama. Is that a college?
Yes.
They've got a little activity in the fall?
Well, my granddaughter was going there.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Good school. And 3rd time,
Yes.
straight 3 in a row, or a couple of?
Breaks.
Okay.
I think the last time about maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Anything different this year?
More flowers.
All right.
More flowers.
And we've had good rain, and
That helps out a lot. Good. Helps out on the water bill, too.
yes, helps on the water bill. All right. Well, thank you very much for what you do.
Okay.
And look forward to seeing you back.
Thank you.
Next, we have Raymond and Dahlia Cognolisi at 632 Londonderry Lane, and this is their 1st time.
Hi. I think it might be pronounced just a little differently.
Yes. Coglanese.
Coglanese. Okay. Let's see. What have you done?
We've been here 41 years in Bolingbrook, and she's the gardener, actually. This is her award. You see how she took it from me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I cut the grass and trim, and then she takes care of flowers and bird baths and anything else that goes with the beautification.
I get the impression she may not let you hold that, but that's okay. You did all the work. Good. Well, no, but you deserve it. So thank you very much for all your efforts, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Jerry and Patricia Kreimer at 779 Feather Sound Drive, and this is their 4th time.
How are you today?
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. All right, fourth time straight, or?
No, we've lived here about 18 years, and it's the fourth time. It's been about 8 or 9 years since we've won last.
Okay. So I know Feather Sound, I drive by there all the time, so.
Yeah, near the promenade, yep.
Yep, it caught your eye. Good.
Yeah.
Who does all the work?
I think we share the work.
Okay.
We share the work.
Any design work that's involved, or you just?
No, yes, certainly. And I do the design,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, a lot of butterfly bushes and milkweed and things to attract butterflies.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And I've been raising butterflies in the house for 18, 19 years.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
But I did start in Bolingbrook. I started in Downers Grove. So this is the first year that they're claiming that the monarch butterfly is coming out of extinction.
Thanks to you. Thank you. It's a beautiful butterfly, and it's good to be back. Good to have it back.
A lot of history about the monarch butterfly.
Well, thank you for all that you do with the butterflies and with your home landscaping. So congratulations.
Next, we have Ronnie Fondren at 801 Bellflower Lane, and I don't know how many times he won, but his mom is here to accept his award.
Okay. How are you tonight? Good, good. That's nice of you to stop in and get the award. Do you know if he's got other awards?
We won last year.
Okay. And
Going on 3 years.
so you're getting awards pretty quick then. Good. Well, congratulations, and please pass on our congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, we have Patricia Pantich at 5 Palos Court, and this is her first time.
How are you tonight?
Good, how are you?
Good. All right, so what have you done? How long have you been in town?
10 years.
10 years. So what have you done differently this year?
I just try to plant plants that will invite bees, butterflies, all kinds of,
Make it a very lively yard then.
yes, very
Excellent.
comforting to sit and watch nature,
Yes.
drink my coffee.
And when you got the letter, were you surprised? Were you aware?
I was surprised, I was happy.
Good.
My daughter says, finally, Mom, all your hard work.
Well, thank you very much for what you do, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here.
Thank you.
Next, we have Gerald and Jacqueline Janek. Janek. I knew I was going to do that. 661 Feather Sound Drive, and this is their second time.
I know them I've known them a long time, so.
IT Commissioner.
And Jerry chairs our IT commission for anyone in the IT world. That's another commission that you can volunteer with. So, all right, let's hear the story. What have you done? Who designs?
Actually, I design, and I plan it out, and he grabs the shovel and the wheelbarrow.
I
and
dig the
does
holes and cut the
backwards.
grass.
That's good teamwork. Very good. Anything different this year?
Pretty much being a U of I Master Gardener helps a lot. So I have centralized on a hummingbird garden theme throughout, so tons of hummingbirds coming.
Excellent. Very nice. Master Gardener. I've never met a Master Gardener, but I've known you for a long time. I didn't know that. So congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Next, we have Alfonso Jones and Joyce at 273 Seabury Road, and this is their 13th time.
All right. How are you tonight? Nice to have you back. Good to see you. 13 times. You've got some magic built in there. What have you done?
I'm from West Virginia, and they teach you to plant in school. So it's a normal thing. We are taught conservation. I just brought it here.
Well, thank you for doing that. That's pretty cool.
We've been in Bolingbrook for 42 years. For the last 3, we've been ill, and there've been no flowers. And so this year we came back. And hopefully next year we'll be better. And I've won the big sign 3 times, the one they put in your yard.
Yeah, congratulations.
Glad to be back.
Well, we're glad that you're back as well, and we look forward to having you back again next year and sharing your expertise with folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Rosemary King at 511 Racine Lane, and this is her second time.
How are you? Good. All right, I know the street, and I think I've seen the house, so looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And what are you doing that's catching the eye of the commission?
I let my husband retire. And now he's in charge of the yard, so.
Excellent,
He does an excellent job, so.
That's very nice of you.
Isn't that nice? I'm still working, just pointing that out.
Okay, well, that's okay, but you're very gracious.
Oh, yeah, let him retire, now he has to garden.
Will he get a chance to hold the award at all? Okay, I just want to double check.
He just couldn't make it, so I'm picking it up for him, that's
Okay.
it.
That's very nice of you to do that. Well, thank you. Send our congratulations to him. Thank you both.
Next, we have Ross and Tammy Mormon at 1145 Collingwood Lane, and this is their 10th time.
Wow.
How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. We normally see this gentleman under other circumstances with the Boy Scouts, so very involved family in the community, so good to see you here.
Thank you.
And what have you done?
Well, this year the biggest difference is I put my mammoth sunflowers on the north side where everybody could see it, and I think I have a feeling is what probably made the commission see this year. But I do have a lot of the butterfly bushes and lantana, and I'm also a butterfly fanatic as well, hummingbirds as well, so we plan everything we can to bring those in. But it's really a family affair because I have my 2 kids, my daughter Lindsay, my son Trevor, my wife Tammy. They're the watering component, because if I'm at work and it needs to be done, and this year we needed to water a lot, at least in July. So it's, they don't necessarily like doing it, but we all work together and get it done, so.
Well, it gives them the understanding of what it's like to live out in the world and not always get to choose what you want to do. So, well, please pass on our congratulations to the family, and thank you very much.
Next, we have Bruce and Mary Ann Ruger at 727 Dorchester Drive, and this is their 4th time.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So let's share some secrets. What do you do in the yard to make it worthwhile for the commission to award you?
It's very hard. There's a lot of
Well,
work.
I have very nice neighbors that I have to thank. They come by constantly and tell me how nice everything looks. And I have one neighbor around the corner. He's Polish, and he gave me seeds from Poland that are just beautiful. They're yellow. And I really appreciated all the people that are in Bolingbrook. I do thank you so much.
Well, thank you for your efforts.
The least we could do is make our property in Bolingbrook look beautiful. We got a mayor that made it a pleasant place to live and decorate, and we thank him for that. So we're very happy.
Well, thank you. Congratulations. And great job, and I love the fact that the neighbors help you out.
And thank the Lord for everything that he does for the village and for all the people. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Next, we have James and Judith Basicki at 300 Nelson Court, and this is the 1st time.
How are you? All right, so first time, how long have you lived in Bolingbrook?
27 years.
27 years. You probably had empty yard, not much going on in that time?
Actually, we had some ash trees that are gone now, and we got rid of a pine tree, so some trees have disappeared, and we've just replaced them with many plants and perennials.
All right, any design techniques that you're using, or?
We have a circle on the corner of our yard that we took out a pine tree, let it sit a couple years, and then we put probably 35 plants in with grasses, flowers, and it's kind of matured. Plus this year, we went to the arboretum and bought more plants, and I made him cut out grass and put more plants in our backyard.
Great.
So.
Well, thank you very much for what you do.
Thank you.
Next, we have Anthony Fetcherhowski. 545 Buckingham Way, first-time winner. He told me he was going to judge me
How are you
on
tonight?
pronouncing his last name.
How are you?
Good. You gave her some tips on the name?
Yes.
That's
It's a very difficult name to pronounce. It's really pronounced Wieczychowski, 14 letters, and I told her to say, fetch your house key real fast.
That's very kind of you to give her the tip.
Well, yeah, it's very difficult. I mean, I've only heard maybe about a half a dozen people pronounce it correctly without me telling them, but they were Polish.
That does make a difference. They recognize the structure of the name and
Right.
pronunciation.
Right.
So what have you done in your yard to make it memorable?
Well, I have planted the flowers. My wife, who happens to be in Florida, taking care of our winter home in Florida, she is the one that picks out the flowers, designs on where they're going to go, and I help her get them there.
You're a fine man. Very fine. Good teamwork, though.
Yeah, well, right, yeah.
Huh? Well, please pass on our congratulations to her, and thank you for everything that you do.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Next, we have Shri Yuramasit at 1201 Bush Boulevard, and it's first time that he's won.
How are you? How are you? Good. Nice to meet you. All right, so first time, I know the neighborhood. You got a letter from the village. What did you think?
I thought it was a prank. I didn't know that there was some award or something. So I had to call the city just to make sure it is real.
Good. Yeah, well, we do some pranks. We did some last meeting to some people, but this is real. So how long have you been in Bolingbrook?
Like 8 years, last 8 years.
Great. And what have you done with the house and the landscaping this year?
I have no say. She does everything. All I had to do is water the plants, whether I like it or not.
That's all you have to do is water? You don't have to dig up and move things around?
Don't do anything. But he will help always.
He does water. Okay, so you got him to do something.
We recently bought a statue of Buddha, 3.5 feet, and then she added new plants around it and front and back of the house. So
Yeah, so many Buddhas in my garden. So many plants. Keep increasing every year flowers. So sometimes he feels worried to more plants, more watering, but still he don't have option.
But the perimeter of the yard is only so big, so he doesn't have far to walk. He just has more places to water. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, thank you very much for what you do and making Bolingbrook a better place to live. Thank you.
Okay, our next winner put a little bit extra effort into her yard when we went around judging, and that is Richard and Evelyn Tempe at 608 North Pinecrest Road, and she is for July our yard sign winner.
How are you? Congratulations. How long have you been in Bolingbrook?
48 years.
48 years. So we've got some Bolingbrook longtime residents here tonight, and that's great to celebrate.
When I lived at our house, I could see all the way up to 53.
Wow. That's a couple of years ago.
Nothing there.
The town has grown over that time.
A little bit.
So there is a sign in the back of the room that is going to be placed, right? Oh, there we go. See? You're working hard there. So this goes in her yard for the month, right? For the month. And you get to show your neighbors what's going on. What have you done, any particular techniques that you like to do?
No, just the plants, just keep the hostas, the trees, keep the grass green, keep the watering, just keep them all nice and green.
Great. Well, thank you very much for what you do, and thank you for coming tonight. And here's your plaque that can go with the others. They'll come by and put that in the yard, but you know how that works. Thank you. I think we're... Yeah, that's right.
Did anybody else come in that didn't check in prior to the meeting starting? We have one more over here.
Okay, that's okay.
Come in.
How are you tonight? Good. How are you? Good. If you can, that's okay. You can share your name with the television and the boardroom audience.
Yeah, my name is Joe Leonard. My wife is Julie Leonard. She's ill today, so I'm just here to accept the award.
Good. So, and both of you, do we know how many
They
years?
live at 1 Tall Oaks Court, and this is their second time winning.
Second time. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Please tell your wife we hope she gets better soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have
And one more.
Mary?
Sorry.
Good. How are you?
Second time winning.
Okay.
Yeah, Leroy O. Krasinski at 301 Trafalgar Court.
Great. And how long have you been in Bolingbrook?
Bolingbrook for 38 years.
Okay, great. And what have you done this year that maybe put it over the
A
top?
couple more plants out, a couple more flowers, but I do all the design and I do all of the planting and all of the cutting.
Great. Well, thank you very much for what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, going once, going twice. Anybody else? Okay, we're a commission of right now 18. We have 2 openings, so if anybody would like to apply, please go to the village website and fill out an application. We'd love to have you on our team. And before we run away, I wanted to introduce Mary Hoffman. She's one of our members, and she was one of the judges that went around in July judging the homes here. So any questions, you can let us know. We're happy. Next thing is Halloween, and it's the last weekend of the month. Thank you, everyone, and have a good evening.
Well, thank you again to the Beautification Commission. All the commissions work very hard to celebrate and enrich Bolingbrook, and so we do appreciate everyone's efforts, and congratulations to all the winners. Next, we have bill approval. Bill listing A is $319,835.01. Bill listing B is $575,668.66 for a total of $895,503.67. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Watts, second trustee Zarate. Roll call, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lawler.
Yes. Next, we have tax receipts. These are compared year over year. So May 2018 state income tax is $628,503.57, compared to May of 2017, $672,737.92, and that's a 6.58% decrease. June 2018 sales tax is $2,829,538.66 as compared to 2017 of $2,632,238.50, and that's a 7.5% increase. June motor fuel tax is $166,315.85 compared to 2017 of $169,585.53, a 1.9% decrease. We do note that the state of Illinois, in an effort to balance the budget, has imposed a 2% fee for collection of the sales tax, which had never been in place before. And for June, we paid a fee of $22,629.50. I think we're on to the ordinances. First, we have an ordinance 18-051, amending certain provisions of Chapter 13 of the Village of Bolingbrook Municipal Code to establish a new Class B1 liquor license classification, and also regarding prohibition of consumption of alcohol liquor in public places. May I have a motion on the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Motion trustee Jaskowitz, second trustee Hoagland. Any questions? All right, so this ordinance amends Chapter 13 of the Municipal Code, which is alcoholic dealers or alcohol dealers, Sections 206 and 317, to add a new retail liquor category and to clarify and strengthen the prohibition provisions in Section 317. Basically, it means that we've created a new Class B1 liquor license, which will allow the retail sale of spirits, beer, and wine for consumption off the premises in a business establishment that contains a licensed pharmacy. The amount of shelf and cooler space allowed to be used for liquor sales is regulated as well. The amendment to Section 317 clarifies the prohibition of the practice commonly known as bring your own liquor at restaurants or entertainment venues. So that restricts that to anyone. We don't have that happening in Bolingbrook, and it's not going to be allowed. All right, so could I have a roll call, please, on the ordinance?
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lawler.
Yes. Motion carries. Next are two ordinances dealing with the recently just passed ordinance on Class B1. The first is Ordinance 18-052, amending Chapter 13 of the Municipal Code, increasing Class B1 retail establishment that contains a licensed pharmacy from 0 to 1, and that's Walgreens store number 10374. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Jaskowitz, second trustee Zarate. With the new Class B1 license, the Walgreens located at 680 East Fountain Road has applied for a Class B1 liquor license to sell spirits, beer, and wine at this location. This ordinance increases the number of Class B1 licenses from 0 to 1. The pharmacy would like to start selling alcohol by mid-September. So this, we handle liquor licenses on a case-by-case basis, and we approve any increase in the count, and also when a business closes or changes ownership, we reduce the number. So this is to award the first B1 liquor license. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion trustee Watts, second trustee Zarate, and roll call, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lawler.
Yes. Next and last ordinance is 18-053, amending Chapter 13 of the Municipal Code, increasing Class B1 from 1 to 2, Walgreens store number 09919. May I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Okay. Motion trustee Zarate, second trustee Hoagland. And this approves the issuance of a B1 liquor license to the Walgreens located at 695 West Fountain Road. They are also looking to start selling alcohol in mid-September. May I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lawler.
Yes. Motion carries. Next on the agenda is questions from the audience to the press. Does anyone have any questions from the audience for this board? Next is, hearing none, trustee comments and reports. Maria?
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. The community story time will be at Bolingbrook Historic Museum at 444 East Briarcliff Road, Friday, September 14th, from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Join us for a fun-filled day. Limited seating, ages 2 to 6 must be with an adult. The carnival will be at 375 West Briarcliff Road, Friday, Sunday, September 28th through the 30th. Rides, game, food, and lots of fun. All proceeds benefit H2O and the American Cancer Society. Carnival hours are Friday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., Saturday, 1 to 10, Sunday, 1 to 5. Rides, wristbands, passes available. Afternoons, 1 to 5 p.m. for $25. Evening, 6 to 10 p.m. for $30. And I also would like to say it was a wonderful tribute and prayer for today, 17 years ago. I heard it on TV, and I just kind of went into shock, and I started crying, and I couldn't believe it's been 17 years that 9/11 happened, and I just wish that this would teach us that we live in a very segregated town, and we, instead of fighting and arguing about the littlest things, we should be joining together as a nation and helping each other and being kind to one another. We at the village, we try to do so much to give the community these events for the children and for the adults, and we have so much to give that life is too short. So I just want to say my condolences to the families who have lost so many people in New York and all over. But that's all I have to say. Thank you.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'd like to start by congratulating our appointees to the Arts Council Commission. I appreciate them stepping up and serving our village in that capacity, and also for our winners of the Beautification Commission Home Landscape Awards. We appreciate all the time, effort, and money that you invest in your property because it benefits our entire community. So thank you. I have two quick announcements. Atria at River Trail is now hiring. They'd like to let you know that if you're looking for a job, that's the new senior living facility there on Weber. They're looking for caregivers, med techs, receptionists, housekeepers, cooks, servers, dishwashers, activities assistants, and drivers. Had an opportunity to do a walkthrough, and it is a fabulous place. So definitely appears to be a great place to work as well as live. So if you're looking for senior living, they are now accepting residents as well. The Fall Fest, always an exciting event. They're calling it an explosion of color. And I see the word free on here 3 times, so they want to make it clear that it is free of charge. Come out. There'll be live music, fireworks, food, fun, family activities. That takes place on Saturday, September 29th from 3 to 7 p.m. It's going to take place at Volunteer Park, 200 South Lindsay Lane. There's something for everyone: live music, games, food, and fireworks. I certainly plan to be there, and I hope you will join me. Thank you.
I'd like to congratulate everyone. Humane Haven Animal Shelter is hosting a garage sale this Saturday, the 15th, in the parking lot in front of Kohl's on Boughton and Weber. Their annual sale begins, it benefits our homeless cats. Our garage sale is our biggest fundraiser. It's not successful without your help. Donations for the sale accepted on site beginning at 7:30 a.m. Household items, clothing accepted. No major appliance, paints, ping pong tables, cribs, car seats, makeup, furniture, or Christmas trees. They will be on Saturday, this Saturday, September 15th. Donations can be dropped off from 7:30 until 9 o'clock, and the sale starts at 9 through 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I have another one. Barks, Tricks, Sticks, Dog Trick Day, hosted by the Promenade Bolingbrook. Sunday, September 16th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Registration is required, and the registration link is this long, so if you're interested, please call Carol. She'll be glad to give it to you. And I have one more. This is for the Bolingbrook Women's Club. They're having their kickoff cocktail party tomorrow. I can't stress enough, this is a group of wonderful women who are very involved in the community, and there are a range of ages from one end to the next. It's a great club. And they are having their kickoff, and it's going to be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and it's going to be at Mora Asia Kitchen in the Promenade. There's going to be raffles and complimentary appetizers. There's going to be a lot of conversation, and I hope it's with a lot of new faces that I've never met before. Please come on out and see what we're all about. Thank you.
Earlier this week, I did ask for an item to be placed on the agenda so that we could establish some guidelines, or at least have a discussion about guidelines regarding sponsorships and donations that the village board gives out to different community groups and not-for-profits and so on. But unfortunately, I was denied that opportunity to put that on the agenda. I was told I could talk about it during this time, so I'm going to do that. I do have some questions I want to ask and have them addressed. And the reason I'm asking them now is because there's a lot of groups out there that have no idea on how to get that support from the village and so on. And so if they're watching it on TV, or at least they have a record of it, they can figure out how to do that. And I guess the first thing is, what is the criteria for a group or not-for-profit to come and, what's the process? Do they come to the village? Do they ask questions? Do they fill out an application? How do they get the sponsorship? What's the criteria?
You've been involved with Rotary and other community organizations. I think it's a fairly straightforward process. Letters are sent to the executive department requesting information, requesting support, and a decision is made by the mayor on an individual basis. As far as use of facilities, there's a facilities form to be filled out, and then that gets routed. And there's a number of groups that have used the facility this year and are continuing to use it. So we've got something going on. In fact, we've got 2 events coming up this Saturday and next Saturday that are using the facility. And there's folks who are from Bolingbrook and beyond. So that's information's available on the website on how to utilize village facilities.
So there's no, basically what you're saying, there's no set criteria, though. Anybody applies, then it's just at the whim of 1 or 2 people, that whether they fund it or not.
No, I think, the criteria would be that it benefits the community. So, I know the Cub Scouts use the grounds for day camp. The Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts use the facilities on the weekends. We've got community theater. So, the process comes in, and if the facility is available, then I think that's the process they go through.
Well, that's for using the facility, but that doesn't say anything about those sponsorships or donations or anything.
I think that's, sometimes we hear about the request, sometimes we don't. That's up to the mayor's discretion. He's got authority to approve up to a certain dollar amount for items. So that's, organizations send letters all the time, and some get their donations fulfilled and others don't.
I just found out, or at least I've been told, is that a lot of these organizations use this as a fundraiser when they have these things on weekends and things like that, to raise money to support their groups so that they can add it to their budget. And part of that was the sales from vendors and so on. And various groups will use alcohol sales as part of that as well. And I'm now under the understanding that the village has taken over that responsibility. Is that accurate?
That actually started last year at a number of events. I don't know the root of the issues, but there were some issues that were there. And because we own the liquor license for the village, it's under the control of the Civic and Cultural Affairs Commission, and they're volunteers to staff that.
I know at one time those profits were split, with the groups that were hosting, that's no longer the case. Is that a true statement or no?
In some cases they were, but the issue was actually control of the facility and the sale of that, so.
So where do those profits go? How does the village process that? What account does it go in, and how is it spent?
Yeah.
When the state required Bassett training for anybody that served liquor, that changed the village's position, that we could no longer allow volunteers who hadn't gone through the training to hand out or sell liquor. Therefore, from our insurance standpoint, we had to have people that had gone through the training and that we could regulate. So now, the people that are actually serving the liquor are employed by the village. So when it was volunteers, we could split the money, but now whatever profit there is after the cost of goods is going towards the cost of labor that is out there serving the liquor. And that all is a result of the state changing the liquor laws at a state level. And that's why it started last year.
It's my understanding that if you're not serving liquor, because these host companies have to pay for the security, pay for the police and so on. And I had a short conversation with Commissioner Teppel today, and with alcohol being served, they have to add additional police officers, which adds to the cost. If the hosts are not receiving benefit from the alcohol, why should they absorb that additional cost?
I think the staffing level is determined by, the public safety director as to, certain number of people, activities and things like that. So I would defer their judgment. There's not a formula that says alcohol is being served or not. I don't believe there is.
No, there is.
But
Mr. Ken, is that true or no?
But the number of staff is designated by the public safety director.
Correct. If alcohol is being served, we do up the staffing to extra officers.
So that's an additional cost to the host, where that cost should probably be absorbed out of that profit.
It's a village expense, and we're then asking the taxpayers not to pay for something that they're not, every resident's not benefiting from. So.
But the host that's doing the actual event is not benefiting from it either.
The group makes the choice. Nobody says they need to provide alcohol or they don't. So they make a conscious choice. If they don't want us to serve alcohol at their event, they would use the lower reduction, the lower number, on the police department criteria.
Okay.
So it's a choice by the organization. And there are some organizations that don't have alcohol service and some that do.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Okay.
A lot of the reasons for my questions is coming up on September 22nd is the 8th Annual Day of the Immigrant, which is one of our largest events here in the Village of Bolingbrook that really stresses the diversity that's taking place within the village. That is run by SSIP, which basically has an annual budget of about $300,000, and this event raises about 20% of that, or about $60,000 for them. So they're looking for ways to increase that profit so they don't have to do as much work getting grants and having other fundraisers and so on to do that, because they do have a lot of impact here in the village. They're a 501c3 organization. They have over 1,000 families that are members of that. They do a parent mentoring program. They work with Jonas Salk, Tibbet, Independence, and BJ Ward on that parent program. For some of you Facebook fans who like the mariachi music and talk about that all the time, they do Mariachi Matters. They have put over 330 Valley View area youth through that program, and they do play at different events. They have helped 275 Bolingbrook residents obtain citizenship. They produce on the civic side, they've registered 2,500 newly registered voters, and they do a door-to-door outreach campaign that reaches over 9,000 households every year. They won the Best of Bolingbrook Civic and Government Award in 2016. They're well recognized. They have over 100 meetings a year and workshops and training within the village, serving 5,000 Bolingbrook area immigrants, residents on topics of financial literacy, health, higher education, immigration, and local services. So they do a great job. And I guess the reason I was concerned is the village not supporting them in the sense of a sponsorship. Yes, they're supporting them and giving them the space to use, is the village of Romeoville is one of the main sponsors. And so I thank John Noak for doing that. Also, WeatherTech is a main sponsor. Bolingbrook United, which is the party that I represent for political party, is a sponsor. Reina Law Group, University of Illinois Chicago, Marquette Bank here, and Joliet Junior College are all sponsors for this event. So I encourage everybody to come out. They expect about 15,000 people. September 22nd, starts at 1 o'clock. Tons of food, band, music, vendors, so enjoy yourself.
You took away one of my announcements.
Oh, sorry.
No, thank you for talking about that. We, and this is one, the village celebrates the diversity. People move to this town because of house-to-house diversity and the chance to get to know folks from different parts of the world and different ethnicities and different cultures and religions. So that's the best thing that Bolingbrook has to offer, I think. A great chance to get to know neighbors and break down some walls. This is one event. We have the Filipino Fest in June. Folks come from all over the area. Taste of Pakistan celebrated their independence, and they've been doing that for over 20 years. And so, this Saturday is El Grito, which celebrates Mexican Independence Day. The SEMA group is presenting that, and that's from 1 to 10 p.m. as well. And the Day of the Immigrant is the 22nd. So these are four major events that cultural groups and put together, and they are given use of the facility. We don't charge for the facility, and there's some staff that is granted at no charge to them, but they do have to pay for public safety. And if there's cleanup work that has to be done, typically the group brings volunteers in to leave the place, as the scout law says, leave the place better than you found it. But if they don't, then we charge for that as well. So I think those four groups are ones that are bringing in crowds from outside the community, and therefore it's important that they absorb the cost and not burden the taxpayers with the cost of dealing with that event or those events. They're great events, and again, encourage everybody to come out. On a more solemn note, I do want to offer condolences to the family of Ed Rompa. He passed away. He's the father of Mike Rompa, our Deputy Chief of Police, and offer condolences to the family on his passing. On a little bit lighter note, there's a gentleman in the booth. Bolingbrook Community Television puts out the broadcast for us, and there's an award winner back there. He's too busy producing this show. Gary Handwerg. They had a coloring contest to celebrate the bicentennial of Illinois, and Walmart gave out $50 gift cards, and thanks to Miguel Rodriguez of Walmart, Gary's back there. He's got a $50 gift card waiting for him. He's waving his hand. You can't see it because the cameras are pointed this way. So that's some sad news. Again, keep everyone in your thoughts and prayers of those families who passed today 17 years ago. And thank you all for your attendance. We don't have executive session tonight. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second?
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Any opposed, same sign? We are adjourned. Thank you.